greatest.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Breeze coming at you with a new NBA 2K18 video. Now, do you guys want to be breaking ankles and dunking on heads just like you saw at the beginning of this video? Well, then you've come to the right place. This is, in my opinion, the best point guard build in the game. Now, there are some other point guard builds that, you know, if they're just your style, can be just as good, if not better than this build, but this build just suits my style. So if you guys want to play with this type of play style where you can go to the rim, know that you're going to finish at the rim over pretty much any big man in the game, you're going to dunk consistently, get posters consistently, and you're going to be able to shoot and knock down greens from outside, then this is the build for you. Now, obviously, I went with point guard, but of course, you can go shooting guard, small forward, get the same badges and ratings. And for the height here, guys, now if you want to be quick off the dribble, now you're not going to be able to speed boost, you're not going to get 86 ball control, but if you want to be quick off the dribble, I suggest going 6'4". However, if you want to have some good size and you want to be able to take it to the rim, knowing that you're probably going to finish over bigs a little more consistently, then I would go 6'6", and that is what I went with, guys. I went with a 6'6", driving and finishing primary, three-point shooting secondary, point guard. That is the archetype. It's a sharpshooting slasher. And for my wingspan, I actually didn't go max here. So I went up 2 ticks. So you just hit your right D-pad twice. And for me, that's 79.6. And what that does is it drops your shooting ratings by 1, but it gives you longer arms than the default. You can see, like, the wingspan, it's not short by any means. Now for your weight, you want to go 15 pounds over default here. So whether you're 6'4", 6'6", you want to go 15 pounds over default. So for me, you know, 202 plus 15, that's 217. And then that's pretty much the build. So of course, max your shoulder width, and then you're good to go. Go with whatever hand you want. And now we're going to look at the ratings and what you're going to get when you have this build maxed. Now, a lot of these categories you're going to have maxed right away, or, you know, not too far into the grind. As you can see, 92 shot close, 78 mid-range, 75 three ball. Now, of course, you know, it's not super high, but, you know, that's like average in this game. You can green consistently with that. 91 driving layup, 84 driving dunk. Now, you need an 82 or higher driving dunk to get consistent posters in this game, even if you do the animation glitch. Now, as you saw, 77 ball control, 74 rebounds, so you can horse with this build consistently. I love the rebounds on this build. And then you get that 85 speed, the 85 acceleration, very high vert. But what I like about this weight and speed combo is you get the 85 speed with the 70 strength. So not only do you have that strong player who can, you know, get those blow-by animations consistently, but you got the speed to get to the rim and blow by your defender. Now, as you can see right here by the badges, you could just pause the video, check out the badges. All your shooting badges, you get silver. Now, that silver limitless is key. That silver ankle breaker is also pretty good as well. I mean, I drop a defender probably like once or twice every few games when I'm actually trying to drop the defender using dribble moves. So, obviously, your dribble moves on this build aren't going to be anything crazy, but, you know, of course, you do still have the snatchback. You still have the behind-the-back crossover when you're going from left to right that will break ankles consistently. And you guys will see throughout all these clips that I've provided in this video how good this build can be. You will see some team prime games, but a lot of it is going to be walk-on since, you know, most of my clips using this build are new. I wanted to test this build in walk-on and, you know, see what it can do because I was kind of unsure about it at first. You know what I mean? I mean, like, will I really be able to hit consistent greens with this build? And I found out the answer to be yes. Now, keep in mind, I did not start playing online with this build until I had all of my shooting badges maxed and I had my 3-ball max. So I have a 75 3-ball in all these clips. I'm not sure if you get your 3-ball max right away or not, but all I know is I had all my shooting badges maxed and my hot zones. So make sure you guys have all your hot zones. I have every single zone on the floor hot, so that way there's no place where I'm not confident I can't get a green. And then you just see right there, man. Look at the poster, bro. It's just too easy. If I see he's in that charge circle, I'm going right in there, and I'm going to throw it down every time. Now, of course, there is some skill to dunking in this game. I'm not using the square button ever when I'm driving to the rim. I'm always using my right stick. Now, I'm going to go into more detail on how I use my right stick and the exact dunk packages I use to get a lot of posters in the next video. So you guys will see how I'm getting these consistent posters every single game. And this player, he just dunks, man. It's rare that he's going up for a layup when there's a guy in the charge circle. And most of the time, if he does, I'm usually getting fouled or I'm finishing over the defender. It's very rare that I get blocked consistently throughout a game, but that's just the risk you have to take when you have a player like this that could just take it to the rim and throw it down over the defender. You see this game, this is one of my first games I played with this player, and I just went off 60 points versus these walk-on noobs. Most of them had quit by the end of the game, so at this point, I'm just dunking over AIs, and you know, it was just too easy, man. They all quit by the time I had like 45 points on their head, just yamming on them, shooting threes. They didn't know how to guard it. As you can see right there, 60 points on just 6 missed shots, 8 of 11 for 3. So that's when I knew this build was for real, and I realized that, you know, it wasn't just a build that was going to be average. Like, this build had potential to be great. Now, once again, I have had my questions since making this build if 6'6" is fast enough off the dribble. However, I know for a fact 6'4" is a lot quicker. I've seen some people play with a slashing sharp, you know, on 6'3" and 6'4", and they're a lot quicker off the dribble in this build. I just like 6'6" for the height. Knowing when I pull up, you know, I have a little better chance of making late contested shots, and I have a little better chance of getting posters and successfully finishing them over big men. But 6'4", I mean, it's still a pretty good height for taking it to the rim, and it's still a good height for shooting as well. So you can't really go wrong with 6'4". Plus, at 6'4", you get the very quick jump shot. So you can't go wrong either way. However, if you're used to playing with slower players that aren't great at dribbling like me, then 6'6" is honestly probably the perfect height to be running the offense. Now, if you're more of an off-ball player, this is still a great build. You can use this archetype blend at pretty much any height and position. Small forward 6'10", this is a great off-ball build. Shooting guard 6'7", another great off-ball build. Even center 7'3", max weight. Using this build, it's another great blend because, you know, you're going to get consistent dunks inside. It's good at rebounding. It's athletic. And you're going to knock down shots outside consistently. So this build is honestly just crazy. And if you're watching the clips, you're seeing how consistently I'm dunking on defenders. I'm going 5 out, getting by the defender. And it's not even like I'm a dribble god or anything like that. I'm just simply using an elite rhythm dribble or a regular rhythm dribble. And then I'm just running right into the defender and getting right by. That's why I went up in my weight. I go up in my weight so that way I have the strength to get that blow-by animation consistently on these defenders, even on lockdowns. And you'll see, like, if I'm not getting the blow-by, then I'm just going right by them because they have to play me tight. If they're not playing me tight, I can just shoot it, keep the defense honest. So really, it's an easy build. I think anybody can pick up this build and drop buckets with it anywhere on the floor, whether you're point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, or center. This is just a great build. It's one of the easiest builds to use in the game, I'd say, because you can do everything. Like I said, take it to the rim, get contact dunks, you could pull for threes, and get greens consistently. Now, I know one thing a lot of people are going to be saying is, oh, Breeze, I can't take you serious. You know, you don't upload consistently, as I dunk on the whole team right there once again. But listen, man, all right? I've had a lot going on. I haven't been lazy. I just haven't been motivated. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't had a reason to upload because I've been so busy. But with that being said, I have freed up a lot of time this month, and I'm going to try and get a lot of content out for you guys because there's a lot of content that you guys deserve to see from me and this channel, and I haven't been putting in that work for you guys that you guys deserve to see from me. You know what I mean? Like, you guys deserve consistent uploads. I'm going to try my best. No promises, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to take this month, see what I can do, try and go off, and if I can get through this month posting consistently, then, I mean, you can expect consistent uploads from me all year long, and you just see me dropping these buckets consistently on these walk-on noobs. It's a very easy build for any of you guys to pick up and use right away. I'd say that this is an elite build. I'd say that you can use this at the highest level. Like I said, though, 6'6" at the highest level, I'm not sure that it would be fast enough off the dribble, but I know 6'4", 6'3", definitely fast enough off the dribble because you're just going to get a quicker first step with that 77 speed with ball. in comparison to the 70 speed of the ball. You know what I mean? You boost your ball handling, that ups your speed with ball a little bit, so you will be faster off the dribble. Now keep in mind in all of these clips, like I said earlier, I have all my shooting badges. I got all my hot zones. I'm also boosting my jump shot. So I have not played with this build when I'm not boosting my jump shot, so I can't say how consistent it is when you're not hot when you're shooting. All I know is that in this game with this build, when you have your shot boosted, I'm greening consistently, even from Limitless. You guys have seen in the clips, I'm pulling up from deep. That silver Limitless, when you're boosted, and then especially when you're hot, when you got the flame next to you, you can pretty much pull from, I'd say, hash. You can even pull from the logo and get greens. I wouldn't say every time, but consistent enough to where if you're feeling confident, your team has momentum, you can pull it from deep. Now, the last thing I really want to get into with this build as we go into one of the last games that we're going to show here is I just want to get into, other builds that are similar to this build that I will be going over in later videos. You know what I mean? Like you got the shot creating, driving, and finishing, where shot creating is primary. And then you have the playmaking slasher. Now, the shot creating, driving, and finishing is a build I'm going to be getting into in the next video. It's very similar at 6'4" to this build, but it is a little better at shooting. Now, you might want to go with shot creating, driving, and finishing if you want to go 6'4". However, you are not going to have any shooting badges. So if you're ever off ball, you're taking catch and shoot shots, keep in mind you don't have any of those badges. I'm pretty sure the only shooting badge it gets is bronze corner specialist. However, I have been grinding that build up. So once I get it ready to run with, you will see a video using the shot creating, driving, and finishing. I've just only really maxed this build. This is the first build that can dunk and shoot that I've maxed. I'm also working on a playmaking slasher as well. That build has pretty low shooting, but it might be good enough to green with consistently in the Pro-Am when you're open. Like I said, just wait for me to lab that build. I'm grinding it up as we speak. But until then, just go off what you see in this video. This is the shot creating, or this is the driving and finishing 3-point shooter, driving and finishing primary, 3-point shooting secondary. And you can see, I'm getting dunks consistently, pulling up from three, getting greens consistently. And you can see by the box scores I'm showing at the end of the games, I'm not necessarily just showing highlights. I'm really only missing, at most, 5 to 6 shots a game. But for the most part, I'm rarely missing, especially when I'm really locked in, not, testing the boundaries of the build. When I'm playing within, this build limits, I'm usually only missing, 1 to 3 shots a game at the most. They might get a lucky block. I might just full white a shot because you're not going to green every single shot you take, but you're going to green most of your shots. I'd say you could green 75 to 80% of your shots from anywhere on the floor with this build. As long as you're open, as long as it's a good shot. And then, of course, when you're hot with this build, you can green every time. You can green 100% of the time with this build. But when your team doesn't have any momentum, I'd say that's the least amount of greens you're going to get. When the other team's on a run, you don't have any momentum, you might green like 55 to 60%. But for the most part, if the momentum is neutral, you're not hot, I'd say you could green 65 to 70% of your shots. Now, of course, the next video I make, I will be going over how to pretty much dunk every single time, because you guys can see I'm setting up the defense to put a center in the charge circle, because I'm basically forcing them to have a center in there. And that's what's getting me so many posters, because I really wanted to see how often I could poster online. And you can see, like, right there, that dunk right there, that's a contact dunk animation too. And you guys can see I'm getting contact dunks consistently when there's a center in that charge circle area. Now, my next video, I will be showing how to dunk pretty much every time. And then I'm also going to be showing, maybe next video, maybe another video, how I get the blow by animation consistently. It's not hard. I'm sure you guys can figure out on your own, but some people, they might not understand how it works, so I will make a video on that. But basically, as long as you know what you're doing, as long as your player has some strength on them, you can get a blow by animation on the defender pretty much every time in this game, as long as you know what you're doing. If you get a quick first step and you go at the right angle, you could just push the defender to the side, especially if you have strength. And look at that. See, like that animation right there. I wasn't even on a good angle, and my player just pushed that point guard to the side. You could see that he was noticeably very skinny. So for the most part, if the player you're going up against is very skinny, you're going to be able to just run right into them and blow right by them. But with that being said, guys, this has been Boy Breeze. I'm signing out. Try to get you guys a long video with a lot of clips for my first video back. a lot of videos coming out very soon showing you guys, how to dunk every time, best jump shots in the game, all that good stuff, all that stuff that you expect from Witness Gaming. Once again, guys, I apologize for the long overdue absence, but I am back. I'm going to try and grind for you guys, and I'm going to try and get out this content for you consistently. Now, of course, no promises because, when I make them promises, things usually go bad. So if you guys could just hit that like button, show your support if you're still watching throughout this video, I'd very appreciate it. And once again, I'm going to try and grind for y'all. So once again, guys, this has been Boy Breeze. I'm signing out. Peace.